Hello again, guys. It's Enlightenment 1414 back again with another pick a card reading. Hope everyone's having a good day or night whenever they get to see this. Today's pick a card reading is: how did your childhood affect your adulthood? How did your childhood affect your adulthood now? Like, if you had issues in your childhood, are you still projecting them in your adult life? Are they still affecting your relationships with other people, your job, whatever? Whatever, okay? If this resonates with you, awesome, okay? We all have things from our childhood that still affect us in our day-to-day life as adults, and we don't even realize it, okay? Today we have three piles, guys. Three piles. First pile is the Uncommon Tarot deck. Second pile is the Merlin Tarot deck. And the third pile is the Tarot Sutra, all right? You can go ahead, pause the video, and pick your pile that way. Or you can go to the description box below the title where I will have all the timestamps, and then you can pick your piles that way. Okay, guys? Either or, I will meet you at your pile. Hello, Pile One, with the Uncommon Tarot deck. All right. How does your childhood, you know what, I'm going to take that. How did your childhood affect your adulthood? How did it affect your adulthood now? Is it still affecting your adulthood? Did you get through it? Did you have an awakening? What's going on? We will get to it. All right, first card out was the Eight of Wands. Second card out was the Page of Cups. We got the Three of Swords. We got the High Priestess. We have the Page of Coins. And let's get a couple more cards for you, Pile One. We got the Queen of Cups. We got the Queen of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. Okay, Pile One. How did your childhood affect your adulthood? Okay, with the Eight of Wands here, you may have been a child that may have asked a lot of questions. You know, a lot of questions. Always, why? Why this? Why that? What's this? What's that? You know, you were one of those real inquisitive children. With the Page of Coins falling underneath of that, which is a childlike energy, your parents may have made you work for some type of incentive, you know, like an allowance, or if you do your chores, you get this. If you do that, you get that. You know, it was kind of like on a barter system. You know, you may have had parents that worked a lot with the Eight of Pentacles here. You know, they may have loved what they were doing, you know, love their work, you know, and they may have not been there to really communicate with you a lot. With the Page of Cups here, in your childhood, you were a child that needed a lot of love. You know, you were constantly wanting a lot of love from your parents. But I see with the Queen of Cups, you see how she kind of has her eyes closed? Like, this could be a mother figure or a father figure. Like, they loved you, but maybe they didn't show you a lot of love. Maybe it was more like, unconditional love or conditional love. Maybe if you did this, you'd get love shown to you, or if you did this, they'd give you a hug, or if you did that, they'd show you love. But a lot of times this person was very much up in their head, very much not present in your life. You know, you knew they loved you, but maybe this person was, going through their own struggles in your childhood, going through their own deep emotions in your childhood, or maybe just working a lot. Maybe this is a single parent, with the Three of Swords here. You went through a lot of heartache in your childhood. maybe a lot of betrayal, maybe a lot of promises that were never, fulfilled, that you asked of your parents or asked of someone that was, an adult figure in your life, okay? Like you've had a lot of betrayals in your childhood, and maybe the way that's affecting you in your adulthood is the fact that you feel as though you need to overcompensate with the Queen of Wands here. Maybe you need to dress extra beautiful to get attention, or maybe you need to do your makeup a certain way to get attention, or you need to flaunt yourself in a certain way, show booty pics online to get attention in some type of way because you didn't get the attention that you needed as a child. Okay? Like it's almost like you're out there, putting yourself on display because you didn't get enough attention as a child from a parental figure, okay? And even if this is something that you don't really realize within yourself, hopefully through this reading you'll realize that you were putting yourself on display because you lack affection in your childhood. You know what I mean? You feel like you need to be the center of attention all the time because you weren't the center of attention as a child, okay? With the High Priestess here, you felt a lot of times when you were a child, you felt very much alone. You could have been an only child, maybe you had to make up games, in your mind and play, maybe you had an imaginary friend or something like that, but you were very much a solitude child when you were younger. And your parents weren't really present, they were working a lot, making money. Like I said, this could be a single mother, single father, that they loved you, but they couldn't really show the love on a daily, consistent basis because, they were working, trying to pay the bills, do stuff, keep a roof over your head. You know what I mean? And as a child, you felt very like you were always in your own world, always having to do things on your own, or to make up this fairy tale in your head about the way you want life to be one day. And the Ace of Coins, as I said before, this person works a lot. So maybe instead of giving you affection and their actual undivided time, maybe this person or, your parents have just bought you a lot of things, clothes, sneakers, music, video games, stuff to keep you occupied. You see, they're like, it's just an arm, just giving you things, but they're not really present in your life. You know what I mean? They're just handing you things, and hopefully that will keep you busy or that'll keep you content. You know what I mean? They weren't really present emotionally for you. With the Hanged One here, in your adulthood, I think you've come to the realization of this. You've had to come to your own realization that, your parent or parents did the best that they could with what they were working with, at the time. And in this present state that you're in, or even maybe at this time when you're watching this, you're starting to realize, yeah, that was the way my childhood was. I wasn't given enough love or attention or, admiration, or they didn't come to my plays at school. They didn't come to my baseball, my football games like they should have, but you're coming to the realization that, your parents did what they could for you, and they did love you. It's just that they didn't know how to show it. And maybe this is a cycle that they are repeating from their own childhood, okay? What else do we have for pile 1 as far as their childhood? Six of Swords. So yeah, as a child, you had to grow up pretty quickly and learn that you're going to have to do things on your own. Mentally, you had to grow up very quickly and realize that, your parents can only be there for you for as much as they can. You've had to turn into this butterfly on your own. You know what I mean? Without their help, really. Like maybe they helped you a little here, a little there, but really you had to grow into the person you are on your own mentally and physically. You've had to just develop yourself in a whole different way, and as an adult, it's almost like you look back on your childhood and it's like you say to yourself, I wouldn't change it for anything because it's made me the person I am today. And you may have a better relationship with your parent or parents, at this time, as an adult now, seeing what they went through, maybe having your own kids, and realizing that it's not always easy to be present in your child's life, like you would want them to be. You know what I mean? Like you've had to have this realization, this epiphany in your life as an adult, to realize that, even though your parents weren't able to be there emotionally, they were there as best as they could, and you still developed into a really beautiful person. Yeah, we got the Knight of Coins. Like, this was a slow process for you. A very slow process to realize what you went through as a child shaped you into who you are as an adult. And you're still going through the process of unlearning some of those things so that you can grow into the person that you want to grow into. Okay? With the Eight of Swords here, you're still very much caught in the web of how you were as a child. You're trying to get out of it. This is a self-imposed prison. You're still maybe dating people that your mother dated, people that aren't emotionally available, or maybe you're, out there being a philanderer, or being a Rolling Stone like your father was. You know what I mean? You're still going through different motions, different things that your parents did as, that you noticed them do when you were younger, but you're starting to slowly but surely realize that this is not the way you want to conduct your life. This isn't the way you want to be as an adult. And you're starting to see the hereditary patterns that you have in your family that you are carrying into your adult life, which is causing you to take a pause and really think about what you're doing and how you're going about your life. Okay? Let's get a few more cards. How have you developed in your adulthood? What's going on in your adulthood now for what you've learned from this? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay, cute, Pawwam. So you've learned how to heal yourself. You've learned how to be the star in your own life, okay? You've learned how to put yourself on a pedestal without having to have other people show you those emotions or show you that affection that, you think you need from them when you really don't. It's like I can be that stable, loving person in my own life. I don't need to seek out attention from other people to feel as though I'm important, okay? With the King of Wands now coming out now. Now you are standing in your power. You're not out here like the Queen of Wands flaunting yourself online, or at least you won't be. You're going to be standing in your power like, I don't need to put myself out there. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am strong, okay? Like, you don't need the approval from other people to know that you are that person, okay? You don't need it. You don't need that from other people in relationships, nothing. Because you celebrate yourself with the Six of Wands. You put yourself up on that pedestal. You put yourself up there. You see yourself as being someone that's very highly favored. You favor yourself. You put yourself up on that pedestal to say that I'm worth more. I don't need to put myself out there like, like I need attention from everyone. Like I want attention from everyone. The attention I get is more than enough. You're a very good-looking person, Pawan. That's clear from the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. You're clearly a very beautiful, handsome person to a lot of people, but you felt as though you needed to hear that from them or get them to recognize that and say that to you for you to feel like you're somebody, okay? And you've come to the realization in your adulthood that you don't need that, So that's very, very nice, very, very powerful. And if you haven't realized that, you will be coming into realization for that, that in your childhood you just didn't get enough affection and that you're just seeking it out from a lot of different people, and you will be coming to the realization of that. Let's get some from the Iconic Roast and see what else we have here that maybe Iconic Roast wants to tell you. And then we'll get some advice cards. Oop. Okay, I will take all three. Yeah. So when you were younger, you used to have to stay in your lane. You realize, not everything is for you, okay? Like, adult business is adult business, and as a child, you had to learn that. Like, don't ask so many questions. Don't be in people's business. Don't do this. Don't do that. You had to grow up really, really quickly on your own and learn to stay in your lane, okay? And you've also had to learn that you are special. You are very special within and of yourself. You're very unique. The way you look, the way you style your hair, the way you dress, the way you talk. You are a unique person within and of yourself just because of what you've went through as a child. Okay? Because of your childhood shaping you into who you are. You are a unicorn. Okay? Yeah, and you're an influencer. Okay? Like, you might be on social media. You might be in the public eye. You've had to raise yourself. You've had to raise your own vibration. Okay? And you might be out there doing that for a lot of other people, and you might be making money doing it. Okay? And like I said, you might be a very good looking person. Like, a lot of people might flock to you because you're just a really good looking and they love what you have to say. They love your style. They love, you know what I mean? You've had to grow and develop into this person, this unique person that you are. Okay, Pawan? And I say stay on that path and stay doing what you're doing, because whatever your childhood was, it shaped you into the person that you are today. Okay? Now let's get some advice cards. We get about 3 or 4, and we got them. Okay. Drop the fucking ego. So if you got a lot of ego, or you feel like you need to be up on that pedestal, drop it. Okay? Like, vulnerability is hot as F, okay? Like, being vulnerable, being humble about what you have going on. Like, you may have had to, build yourself up, get on your own, build your own wealth, do your own thing. But, now you're feeling like you're better than everybody, and you're not, It's like you need to humble yourself if you're feeling like that, okay? Fuck fear. It will lie to your face. Yeah, so don't be fearful of anything you have going on. Don't be fearful of going back to your childhood and looking at what went on in your childhood and trying to figure it out so that you can become a more well-balanced person, okay, in your adulthood. You are being shady. Watch out. Shit could get ugly, okay? So, yeah, like I said, if that ego is getting to you, or you're putting yourself up on a pedestal and other people are looking at you like you crazy right now because if you're still in that Queen of Wands, look at me, look at me, look at me. I got a big butt, I got big boobs, I got a big dick. If you're still in that area, watch yourself, okay? Because just as much as you put yourself up on that pedestal, you can fall down real quick, okay? Yeah, don't fucking force it. Allow that ish to come to you, okay? Like, if you're supposed to be popular, if you're supposed to be the man, you're supposed to be the woman, then it will come. You don't need to force it. You don't need to thrust yourself in people's faces like, look at me, I'm so pretty. Look at me, I got this. Look at me. Like, you don't need to be in competition with other people, okay, to get attention, okay? You need to realize that the attention that you give yourself is more than enough, okay? All right, Pawan, that is all I have for you. I hope you liked that. I hope that resonated with you. If it did not, please go to another pile. If you didn't like it at all, just go to another video, whatever. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello, pile 2. Hope you're having a good day or evening whenever you see this. We are using the Merlin Tarot deck, all right? All right, guys. Let's see. How did your childhood, how did it affect your adulthood? We got the Ace of Swords, the Four of Cups, upright or down? Upright or not? In reverse. Okay. Oop, oop, oop. This damn deck just wanting to fall all over the place. We got the Three of Cups in reverse. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. We got the Emperor. We got the King of Swords. We got the Two of Swords. We got the Eight of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, pile 2. All right, pile 2. How did your childhood affect your adulthood? Okay, so I think, pile 2, in your childhood, there was a lot of dishonesty going on. Like, you know, even when you got old enough, your parents were still treating you like you were a child. Like, you know, Santa Claus is real, like the Easter Bunny's real at like 13, 14 years old. You know, that type of shit, you know, or you were like a child that you liked the truth. You liked to hear the truth. You didn't like things to be, you know, like, you didn't like the wool to be pulled over your eyes. You were a child that liked to have things up front. But it seems like whoever your caregiver was someone that liked to lie to you, someone that liked to mislead you and tell you things just so that they could manipulate you in a way. This could be a father figure here with the Emperor and the King of Swords, or this could just be a mother figure that's very masculine, okay? But this person liked to, if this was a father figure, they like to promise you things and then never come through with the promises. They were very flighty. They were like, oh, I'm going to come pick you up this weekend, and they never did. Or I'm going to take you out, and they never did. You know, um, with the Three of Cups in reverse, you felt as though these parental figures weren't even friends to you. Like, they were the type of parents like, I'm your dad, I'm your mom, nothing else. I'm not your friend. You know, I'm not going to talk to you about that. You know, you really felt as though you couldn't talk to your parent or parents about certain things. You know, they were very strict with what you could communicate to them and what you couldn't communicate to them. With the Four of Wands, your childhood was, with the Four of Wands, with the Two of Swords falling under this, it seemed like whoever your parental figures were, they would do certain things for you so that you would be in doubt about things. Like, these seem like very, very manipulative parental figures. Like, doing little sneaky things, saying certain things to you to get a reaction out of you, or to get you to do things that they wanted you to do. Okay? Like, like with the Eight of Cups. Like with the Eight of Cups. They get you excited about something. Oh, we're going to go this place, or I'm going to get you that. Or if you do this, I'll do this. And then, you know, and then when it comes time for them to do it, they're acting like, oh no, we can't, sorry. Oh no, I forgot, or I'm busy that day, I can't. You know, so they would promise a lot and tell you a lot and get you all excited and in your emotions, and then they would crush you or do certain things to make you doubt what you're feeling, or what, you know what I mean? Like, and they did all this to change you. Maybe you wanted to be something when you were younger, like a doctor or a lawyer or you know, you might want to work for the circus. But they did all this so that they could manipulate you to do what they wanted you to do. Okay? So that they could have you not seeing what they wanted you to do. So you had very manipulative parents that did things so that you would fall in line. Okay? They would lie to you, manipulate you, gaslight you, tell you we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then never come through with it. You know, all to try and dash your hopes, or to try and dash your dreams. Okay? Why was this parental figure like this? This is really narcissistic. I'm sorry. You got some narcissistic parents here. I'll feel. Why were they like this towards my pile two? Hmm. Now, this could be a mother and a father that were working together to manipulate you in certain ways. And these could be a mother and a father that were divorced, that weren't even together, and they were still working together to try and manipulate you to do what they wanted you to do. We got judgment. So the reason why they did this is because they thought you didn't have good judgment on your own life. They thought you didn't know what you needed. You didn't know what you really wanted. So they figured they needed to manipulate the situation so that you did what they wanted you to do. Okay? This Queen of Swords here coming up with the King of Swords lets me know that these were two, a mother and a father, a parental figure, that were using these mental tactics to try and manipulate you, putting little messages, little things in your ear so that they could manipulate you the way they wanted to manipulate you. Like the mother here seems like she was more of the manipulating energy, as far as saying things and doing little things. It seems like the father figure here was more just like, no, you're not going to do that. I said so. I said it, and I'm laying the law down. The mother was trying to do little, tiny little things all over the place, to try and get you all confused and all up in your head about what you want to do with your life or how you raise or how you know what I mean? Very, very, very manipulative energy here, okay? All to try and get you to do what they wanted you to do. How have you gotten past this in your adult life? How have you gotten past this in your adult life? We got the Six of Cups and the Page of Swords. Page of Birds. So, this energy is telling me you're still dealing with this. The Six of Cups is past energy. Past. You still look at these people as though they're your parents. They're the mother. They're the father. You put them on a pedestal. You still act like a child around them. And you still want to be blind because this person, they got their eyes closed. I don't know if that focused, but this person has their eyes closed, and there's a whole bunch of birds floating all around back here. So at this time, you're still letting this parental figure, these parental figures, manipulate you and keep you in this childlike, confused energy. And you're willingly letting them do this because you don't want to, tell them about themselves or let them know that they're manipulating you, whether you know it or not. Like, you know it now, you know what I mean? They've been trying to manipulate you your whole life, and you're still in the energy of, oh, but I love them. No, that's my parents. Yeah, they are your parents, but you grown now. You feel me? Or at least you should be watching this goddamn reading, and you should know that your parents never had any good wishes for you at all. All they want now that you've grown into this stag, this powerful person, now all they want is this pentacle here. Now all they want is for you to keep taking care of them. Now all they want is for you to keep doing for them, you to keep listening to them, you to keep being manipulated by them. Also that they can keep you right here in this little bubble, this little circle, okay? Even though you're a stag, like you're ready to break out and be into the world and do you're a grown-ass motherfucker. But you're still bowing down to the will of your parents who have old, outdated thinking, outdated way of doing things, and they're trying to still manipulate you in your day-to-day life. Yeah, Jesus. Alright, what's going on with my pile twos? Yeah, because you still got a lot of love for them. And that's good, they're your parents, but just know that till this very day, they're still trying to manipulate you. They want you to stay in this energy of you love them, you care about them, they could never do no wrong when that's all they've ever done your whole life. it seems like they've tried to keep you in confusion your whole life so that you don't know what they're doing. And that's what narcissistic parents do. We got the devil coming out. Yeah, that's what narcissistic parents do. They try and make you think like they're the good guy when really they're the bad guys all along through your whole childhood. And that's hard to hear. That's hard to hear, that your parents have been against you your whole childhood, even in your adulthood, they're against you. Skills. Yeah, because you got a skill set that maybe they didn't even care to want to develop when you were younger. But now that you're doing so good and making all this money, now they're like, oh, shit, okay. Maybe we need to try and manipulate him in another way now, you know? They might be trying to manipulate who you date, who you marry, you know, all so that they can keep you under their thumb. They want you to be with someone that can report back to them and tell them things you're doing. They want someone that can manipulate you and take your money, or just keep you in this energy of not knowing which way to go. You know, they want someone that they choose for you, okay? So, what's the overall energy? What will be the outcome for my pile 2? Choice. You need to make a choice. You need to make a choice on whether or not you want to stay in this stagnant energy that your parents want to keep you in, or if you want to move forward with your life and be the person that you know you want to be, but you're letting your parents still rule over your adult life with their outdated thinking and what they want you to be, who they want you to be with, what they want you to do, when as a child they didn't even support you. Yeah. It's kind of fucked up, Paul, too. Kind of fucked up. But as long as you can recognize the energy, you can do something about it. If you still want to stay blind to the energy, well, you stay blind to the energy. I'm just letting you know what I see in the cards. What I see in the cards, okay? Let's get some of the Roast Iconic cards, and we'll see what other messages come out for you, Paul, too. Oh. Alright, that came out in the first one. But I'm going to keep it because it came out. Ooh, no. We're not taking that big chunk. God, these take forever to come out. Alright, I'll take that one. And I'll take these. Okay. Ooh. Okay. You got 5 cards, pile 2. Alright, so the first one that came out in the first pile was stay in your lane. So, yeah. You need, and I'm reading this different from pile 1. You need to tell your parents or whomever these parental figures are who keep on stepping in your business to stay in their lane and to stay out of your business. Because you're an adult and you can make your own decisions. Okay? That's what you need to tell them. Another one you need to tell them is to get fucked. Yeah, you need to tell them to fuck off, okay? Because apparently they don't have your best interests at heart, okay? They don't. Parents or not, you can love them from a distance. You ain't got to disconnect from them like that, but you need to get them out of your energy because they're doing nothing but manipulating you till this very day. Bitch, okay? So, yeah. So, whoever this mother figure is, she is very bitchy. She's very distasteful. She probably says things about people that you look at her like, what the hell? You're supposed to be a woman of God, you know? Like, she's very much spiteful, very much hateful, you know? And if this goes with the story of your parents being divorced, then your mother is still very scorned by whatever your father did to her, and is still like projecting that onto you and perhaps the father, you know, even though this may have happened when y'all were kids, you know what I mean? But she's still very much in a very nasty kind of energy and projecting that onto you and whatever relationships you have. Jealous. Yeah, because they're jealous, okay? Your parents are jealous, and that's hard to hear that your parents are jealous, but they're jealous because perhaps you have made something of yourself, And they're jealous because you didn't listen to them. You see how the eye is inside the mouth? Because when you were younger, you didn't listen to them. And because you didn't listen to them, you made something of yourself. And they're actually secretly jealous of this because they were wrong. They were totally wrong. And now they got to kind of suck it up and act and manipulate you in another way. Okay? So watch out for that. Okay? If you have parents that did not want you to be something and you became something, and then they jealous because they were never able to do it, because they were never able to reach that high. Self-care. Yeah. You need to start caring about yourself and stop caring about these broken ass parents who don't give a shit about you really. All they care about is what you can do for them, what status you bring to them, you know, and they probably have been draining you and not giving you any energy, probably bitching at you for the most stupidest things, making you caught up in your head and you wondering why you feeling this way. Yeah, because you need to have more self-care and stop giving a fuck about what they have to say about your life. Okay? You're giving way too many fucks. Way too many. Okay? I keep telling people that. As an adult, you can still love your parents, but it don't mean they need to be in your life. They don't need to be still making rules in your life or thinking, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Let's get some advice cards for pile 2. And you got 5 advice cards. You're just 5, 5, 5. Let's get this. Let's get this. You need a good effing cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Yeah, you do. Okay? Because if you're just coming to the realization through this reading that your parents have been manipulating you your whole life, you need a good cry. Okay? Because that's some hard information to hear. Okay? Especially when you sit back and you really start thinking about all the instances that they did things to try and hurt you or put you down or make you feel some type of way about yourself. You're wondering why. Yeah, that jealousy card. It's dark and you can't see a effing thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. Yeah, pile 2. It's apparent you don't see that your parents are manipulative, especially your mother. Your mother is like the ringleader in the manipulative shit, okay? You need to get your head out of your damn ass and realize that, yeah, she loves you, but it's in a very narcissistic way. You are giving too many... Wow. You are giving way too many fucks. Oh my God. Give 0. Yeah. You care way too much about what they think of you. You care way too much about what they approve, who you date. Like, you care way too much. You need to give less fucks because your parents are not gonna, like, your parents don't make up who you are. Like, I'm not sure what's going on here, Pop 2. Get the fuck outside, move your ass. Your body is pissed at you. So yeah, you need to get out and away from your parents. That's what you need to do. If you still living at home with your parents, I swear to God, you need to get away from them. They crazy. They want you to stay living there till you 50, 60, 70 years old, okay? Like, you need to get out and be on your own. Stop effing whining. No one wants to listen to that ish. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change the world, so do it. Yeah. Yeah. If you still are caught up in your head and crying about what you think your parents did, what they didn't do. Your parents did what they did because they had selfish means and they had selfish reasons for doing what they were doing. And yeah, so just know that, okay? I'm sorry to say. Pile 2, you have narcissistic parents. If you don't know what narcissist is, please Google it, look it up, because that's what your parents are. All right, Pile 2. That's all I have for you. I hope you can get out of that cycle, hopefully. All right, I pray for you guys. Look, have a great day or night whenever you see this. If I'll see you in the next video, I'll see you in the next video. If I don't, I won't. Have a great night, guys. Bye. Pile 3. With the Tarot Sutra, we will see how your childhood has affected your adulthood. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Had to clear the energy from the last pile. Alright. How does my pile 3s, how did their childhood affect their adulthood? Let's get some cards. We got the Fool. we have the Knight of Swords. We got the Six of Swords. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles, okay. The Empress, okay. Temperance, okay, alright, okay. And the Hermit, okay. Alright, pile 3. How did your childhood affect your adulthood? I think as a child, pile 3, you were very free-spirited with the Fool card here. You know, very childlike nature. You know, you just went where the wind took you. You know, you may like dressing up in costumes and running around the neighborhood and just acting silly and, you know, very playful energy. Very, very playful energy. You may have had a little bit of some what is it? Hyper disorder. You may like to run all over the place with this Knight of Swords here, constantly talking and chattering and running all over the place. And also, with the Six of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, you may have been a military brat, you know, constantly having to move all over the place all the time. You know, constantly moving homes, moving schools, always feeling like the new kid, always feeling like, you know, you're leaving somewhere behind. But it was a very stable home with the Ten of Pentacles here, okay? Very stable. It could have just been a mother figure or a father figure. This is the Empress card here, though. But it could have just been a mother figure that was very pivotal in your life, you know? But it was a very strong family ties you had here. You know, you may have been really close with your grandmother, grandfather, aunts, uncles, cousins. You know, it was a very big, tight family unit that you had, okay, or that you have, okay? Very balanced, okay, with the Temperance card here. Very balanced family unit that you had as a child, okay? Your mother was very loving, very, you know, caring, took care of the household really well, you know, very balanced in her emotions, okay? Knew when to be angry, knew when to be mad, you know, happy, you know what I mean? Not all over the place. It was a very balanced childhood you had, except for the fact that maybe you moved around a lot, okay? But there was a lot of love in your childhood being poured out onto you, okay? As I said, you may have had a very, very loving mother figure that's coming up here in the cards, you know, or this could be a grandmother that you were raised by, okay? Someone that has really strong familial roots, okay? A really strong family roots, okay? But with the Three of Wands, you know, you were constantly moving, constantly being uprooted, constantly going different places. And maybe with the Fool here, you kind of liked it. You kind of liked moving around and seeing new places, and you were always looking forward to the next new place, the new house, the new neighborhood, the new kids you were going to get to meet, okay? But as a child, because you moved around so much, it kept you in solitude a lot. Like you were always alone. You know what I mean? Like even when you make friends, you'd have to up and leave and move away. And then that would put you in hermit mode of, oh, now I got to find new friends. Oh, now I got to do this. So even though your childhood was very loving, very caring, you know, you had a lot of support, like you didn't have a lot of ties with friends. You lost a lot of communication with friends over the years because of all the moving that you had to do. And you kind of felt left in the cold whenever you did have to start a new school or go to a new neighborhood, you know. But whenever you did, your mother figure or whomever this is always tried to make it very balanced and stable, a really good home life, very happy. You made sure you had everything you wanted, everything you needed. You didn't go to school looking scrubby. You went to school looking nice. You had the Jordans, you had the Adidas, you had the good looking shit. You always look like something. So how has this affected your adulthood? Yeah. So it's affected your adulthood, even though you had this stable home, stable mother, grandmother, whoever figure. It's made it easier, or not even easier, but it's made it for you to whereas you don't hold on to a lot of friendships. You don't hold on to a lot of love relationships because you, in and of your adult life, probably still hold on to this capacity of having to move around or having to always be here, be there. You're still holding on to that unfounded, tower of always having to pick up and move and pick up and go somewhere. Maybe you're in the same profession as your parents were. Maybe you're in the military. Maybe you're in some type of profession to whereas you can't really, have that kind of emotional bond with someone. You're constantly moving. You're constantly having to pick up and go somewhere else to work or something. So it's almost like from your childhood, it has bleeded over into your adulthood with not being able to have these strong connections with people, that you meet and that you may want to have strong connections with. How has this affected your adulthood? How has your childhood affected your adulthood? Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles. So you're focused on your money. You're really focused on your money. You make good money. You always have business opportunities that are coming to you. You know what I mean? But as you see again, it's a solitude hand, just one hand. You're not good with relationships. You're not good with friendships. You like to stay by yourself. You like to keep to yourself. You might feel as though you're an introvert. You may not like to be around a lot of people. Maybe because you're going to have to up and move and leave, so you may not even want to make strong connections with people because of that. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. So, yeah, so you, in your adulthood, you don't make strong connections with people because it's almost like you never know which way the wheel is going to turn, which way, your company or your place of business is going to be moving, or working next, where you're going to be uprooted next. So you never know which way the Wheel of Fortune is going to change for you, so you don't hold on to strong ties with people. So how could you change this in your adulthood? How can this be changed? Is there any way for you to change this? Yeah, Ace of Swords. Start being more honest with yourself. So hopefully with this reading, you're starting to realize that from your childhood, you're carrying on the abandonment issues. These are abandonment issues that you have as a child. Okay? Like, you need to come to that truth in your own mind that you don't have to be alone. It doesn't always have, you don't have to have that one hand always being alone. You know what I mean? Like, you need to come to the realization that it's okay to form bonds with people and to stick with them, and not to be afraid to lose them or it's abandonment. You have abandonment issues because you never were able to stay in one place for too long. Yeah, 'cause you keep caught up in your head about certain things. It's like you think, well, if I become friends with this person, uh, they may not like me because it's almost like you haven't been able to really truly know yourself because you've never been able to have people around you long enough that really want to get to know you. So it's almost like you don't even know your own self. So you're not sure if you can even form these bonds, okay? It's almost like you've made this abandonment DNA, thing in your DNA to whereas you're like, that's just the way life is. I'm just not meant to have friends. I'm just not meant to be in a relationship. I can't, I'm constantly doing this. I'm constantly doing that. Yeah. Yeah, you're constantly doing this, you're constantly doing that. With the Ten of Wands, you have so many different things on your plate that you do in your day-to-day life that it keeps you from having any type of strong connections with any people, with anyone, and that's the way you like to keep it. You like it that way. You know what I mean? Because you feel as though if you were to create these bonds with these people that it wouldn't last. You're just going to have to uproot and leave one day. So, but you see, Pile 3, that's the good thing about today, in this day and age. When you were younger, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have ways of keeping in touch with people that live over in Russia, live over in Africa, live over, but there's ways of keeping in touch with people and keeping people in your life nowadays. You don't have to always feel as though you just got to up and leave and you never be able to talk to that person again or see that person again or anything. Like, it's a whole new day and age, okay? And from your childhood, you were dealing with abandonment issues that, really should be gone right about now. You shouldn't be feeling that way. I'm going to get some from the Roast Iconic, and we will see what else you need to be focusing in on. So we got red flags. Yeah, you got a lot of red flags that you were still holding on to from your childhood that shouldn't be, okay? Like, the way your parents were, your mother was, she had to be that way. Okay, in your adulthood, you don't have to be that way. You can form ties with people and not think that they're going to abandon you or leave you, or even if you have to uproot and leave, you can still have those type of ties. You can still communicate with these people. Podcasts, blah blah blah. Like I said, online, there is new technology out now, people. It's called the internet. To whereas you don't have to lose communication with people. You don't have to lose friendships with people. You can still talk to these people. You can still be around these people. You can still interact with these people. Even if you're at a job where you have to move every other day, there's still ways of keeping in contact with these people and not feeling as though you just have to cut ties with them and never talk to them again, okay? Vampire. Yeah. Yeah, because you seem to think that people are going to suck your energy or people are going to try and take from you. You know what I mean? And that's not the case. Okay? Like, you need to have that discernment that, these people aren't energy vampires, and I could see that with a lot. If you're an introvert, when you get around people, I'm sure it feels like people are just, because they want to be around you, because they never get to see you, they don't get to interact with you. So when you come around people, it almost feels like they're sucking up your energy because they miss you so much. Okay, they just want to be around you so much, and you're feeling like, oh my God, they're trying to kill me, they're trying to suck my blood, and it's like, no. And you get triggered and you want to move away from people. That's that abandonment issues coming up inside of you, bubbling up inside of you when people try and get close to you. You know what I mean? You're just so used to moving away or leaving or blocking people or not being. You get triggered when people try and get close to you because you feel as though you're not going to be able to fulfill their needs, or they will abandon you and leave you, whatever. Like, it's a back and forth in your mind. You just need to get over these abandonment issues that you have from your childhood of having to move around so damn much, and not being able to hold on to a friend. Let's get some advice cards for my pile 3, and we will end the reading out, guys. Got 1. We've got 2. 3. Okay. Okay. So, we got get over yourself, pull your shit together. Yeah, stop getting so triggered. When people try and get close to you, trying to get to know you, want to get to know you, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. Stop being so closed off. People do want to be in your life and they don't want to just leave or use you and suck up your energy and then walk away. These people really generally care about you and want to get to know you, but you just need to get out there and realize that. Believe what you see. Face reality or live in fucking la la land. Choose bravely. Yeah, like I said, get out of your head. Get out of this la la land of thinking that you're just going to be alone. Oh, woe is me. No one wants to be my friend. When you have people that every day want to hang out with you, but you don't want to hang out with them because you feel as though someone's going to hurt you, someone's going to leave you, you want to leave, whatever. Yeah, fucking apologize. Seriously, just do it. You know, if you apologize to yourself, this is who you need to apologize to, pile 3. You need to apologize to yourself for thinking that you are unlovable or you can't have people in your life that truly love you and appreciate you. You know, seriously, just do it. Apologize to yourself into thinking that you just have to be alone for the rest of your life. Take a shot. Don't take 12, take 1, okay, maybe 2, move on. Yeah, take a shot. Go out. Go out to a bar, a restaurant. Go make some friends, okay? And even if you have to move and get shipped out tomorrow, online is a beautiful thing. You can still keep in touch with these people, okay? Still have friends. You don't have to just cut ties with everyone you know and feel like it's never going to go anywhere or they're just going to abandon you and leave you, okay? Like, you have abandonment issues, pile 3. And in your adulthood, you don't need them anymore, okay? You don't need them. All right, guys. I hope you liked this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my OG subscribers. Thank you to all people commenting, hitting like, sharing. I really appreciate that. I also have videos on TikTok. All that information will be down in the description box below. If you would like a personal reading from me, all that information will be in the description box below, guys. You have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.